In this video, we will be watering ryegrass, pumping water from the pool cover to a sprinkler, installing a Wyze video doorbell, spreading wood chips around the pond, replacing boards on a wooden landscape bridge. I put some ryegrass down in some of the bare spots. I'm not supposed to have any rain for a good week, so I'm going to try to get some water on this, see if I can get it to germinate. Today I want to test out the image stabilization feature on this camera. So I have that turned on, and I'm going to try to water my ryegrass, but I'm going to use the water on top of my pool cover and the pump I have to pump out to the ryegrass. We'll see how this stabilization works. This will be our intake hose for the pump. And we need to get the pump itself. Now we need a section of hose. See if I got something back here I can use. Cam devices. Then I don't have to walk around with a tripod in my one hand. Stabilization testing. I'm going to set up the tripod and kind of go from there. The water I'm going to use is the top of the pool cover. The pool is actually full now, so every time it rains, the water overflows off the side of the pool anyway. So if I can drop it 1 or 2 inches every time it rains, it'll fill it back up. The dark hose will be the outlet hose going to the sprinkler. Alright, got my sprinkler. I'll go turn the pump on and we'll see what happens. The end of the green hose is the inlet, and as you can see, it hasn't taken very much water, so I should be able to run this for a good hour if I wanted, but I don't need that much water. Just want to germinate this grass seed. So let's switch over to time lapse, see how that works. On to the next project. This is a Wyze doorbell install. We put the Ring doorbell on snooze so I don't keep getting noises in my ear. Here I'm trying to clip the camera back onto the backing plate, but it won't work. Guess I should have stuck with the ones that came with it. There was a reason for that. This one right here that I've got does not sit recessed into that slot. So as you can see, this one is chamfered. This is what happens when you have the wrong size Phillips. This is obviously the wrong size. This is closer to correct. I just hope I haven't boogered it up enough that even this won't work now. So it's my Wyze app, plus sign, add a device, cameras, to set up. Okay, we got the orange light. Next, we're waiting for the ready to connect. Okay, I don't want to have to push the setup button, but I'm probably going to have to.
Ready to connect. Ready to connect.
Okay, I heard you.
QR code scan. Please wait. Setup completed.
The next project is to spread wood chips around the pond. The first step will be to clear off the rocks, sticks, pine straw, etc. From the area. So what I'm trying to do is I have a path to try to get the water to follow right here. Putting down my wood chips around the pond area to try to make it look a little nicer. stuff comes from the compost pile, so we'll go back and get some more. Sorry, I was wrong. It does not come from the compost pile. It comes from the wood chip pile. It's hard to tell in this video, but where there are no wood chips, that's the mini swale that I've created. This is where I'll probably end up building a little wooden bridge. First step is to rake this up. Okay, that's done. Let's see what this looks like in the sun. Probably not good. Try the other direction. That's a wrap for this project. Time to put things away. Next project is to replace some boards on my little bridge. These boards came off the seawall at the lake house, and then they put new boards on, much thicker. So rather than throw these away, I thought I'd bring them home and put them on my little bridge. These boards are pallet boards, so they're pretty thin, and we put them on with a pneumatic stapler, so hopefully they'll come off pretty easy. Famous last words. I think I'm going to pick the whole thing up, take it into the shed where I can work on it up high on a table instead of bending over. Let's see if I can use my table saw stand, put it up there. What do they say? Work smarter, not harder. This is probably overkill. But, I take these staples out, then don't have to worry about drilling into them when I drill my pilot holes for the screws that I'm going to use for the new board. Before taking all the old boards off, I wanted to put a couple of the new boards on just to hold the spacing. These boards are also pressure treated besides being thicker, so hopefully that will allow them to last longer. These are the staples. I also would put in some brads too. I'm not sure how these are all going to line up. I need to determine the spacing from these new boards since they are different sizes. I don't want to rip them, so we'll just adjust the spacing so we can get them all on. Now I need a decision on whether this is too much of a gap or whether I need to find another board and cut it and narrow the gap. So I got the boss's okay to go with the gap rather than try to close up the gap and put a different kind of board in there. This time I'll put the two middle screws in first, hold it so the things don't turn on me. I'll show you something I learned the hard way. When you build these ribs, you got to take in consideration that the boards don't turn. So if you look at this situation I have here, you can see, hopefully you can see there's a gap there, so I'm going to have to put a shim in. Try this. Let's try clamp. This is a piece. don't think I'm going to be able to pull it very far without cracking, so we'll well, time to put the bridge back in. Not sure which way I went, but scrape the debris out of the little ditch and then we'll try it and see. I think that's good enough for me. Don't like this thing, but I'm gonna have to live with it. Pick up the trash, take it back to the burn pit, and call it a wrap. Clean up my ashes from the ash pit, or from the fire pit. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and share with your friends. As always, suggestions are welcome, and if you have any thoughts on topics you would like to see videoed, let me know.